welcome again to one of the videos of our Ford GT from Tamilla. As you know, we're doing the interior of the car, and this time we are concentrating on the seats. The seats of this car are very special. It's actually probably the most visible part of the car, considering that the car is going to be closed. Obviously, the only thing you will see is through the windows of our model. And these seats are in a bright red Alcántara material in the real car. So as we can see with the pictures we've taken from internet, these seats has two different textures, if we can call it like that. We can see in the center of the seat, and here, right here in the center, we can see that we have some horizontal lines like that. Okay, all the way through from here, all the way through there, here in the middle until here, right? Then the other part of the seat, which is this one, which is the one that goes surrounding the back, our back, is actually plain. So how can we replicate this effect in our model? Well, we're going to try a new technique using our Focus for Modeler paint set. We're going to use the reference Italian red Alcántara, which I think it will give us this color into the seats. And as we can see, Tamilla has actually put the seats in two parts, right? So we have, it's a little bit easier because we have all the part we need to replicate that horizontal lines. We got it here, right? We will only have to mask the sides of the bottom part, okay? And then this part, which is the other part that goes in plain texture, as you can see, is another one different to the others, so we can actually paint it separately. So that makes it a little bit easier to us. We have already finished the back of the seats. We have applied our carbon fiber decals. I don't know whether if you can appreciate in the video because it's shiny and you can't see very much, but it's all covered with carbon fiber decal, as well as these two parts over here, this one and this one, where we can see in the real photos that they're covered with carbon fiber here and there. This part is only like a black color, black gloss color, so we don't have to do anything with it. And so what we're going to do is we are going to, obviously, first of all, we have to mask all the parts that we don't want to paint while we're doing the process. So we have to mask all the carbon fiber, front, side, and back, just to avoid any mistakes, any paint on the carbon fiber. And once we got it masked, what we're going to do is we're going to start with the shade bottle of the Italian red. Okay, we're going to take the shade bottle and we're going to mark all the shades of the seat that we have visible here, right? Especially we're going to put the shades all over the center here and here. Okay, we want to cover at least everything has to have a little bit of shade. Okay, we can't leave any part of the seat without shade. And the reason why is because once we've done that, we will mask the sides here and there, okay, because those two parts haven't got the texture, the lines that we're going to replicate. So we're going to cover them once we apply the shade, the proper shade that these parts will have, which is only a little bit in the corner, in the edge, where the shade would be. You know, as you can see here, with the light we're using, we have a little bit of shade along here and just a little bit there. Okay, so once we put the shade on the both sides, we're going to cover them as well. Okay. and we're only going to leave visible the part where we have to replicate the lines. Next thing we're going to do once we have the shade apply on both seats, as I said to you, and both of them mask, we are going to use these lines that we have actually, I've actually taken out a few of them so you can see they're very, very fine. This is a little bit of masking tape that we had out of A4 sheet that we had, and we have actually designed on the computer the thinnest line that the plotter can cut. I think these are something like 0.5 or 0.4 millimeters width, so they're very, very fine. And what we're going to do is we're going to take one out of it, and we're going to start applying this line in the seat, right? We're going to make sure that they stay very horizontally and they keep the same distance between one and the other, right? And we're going to cover with this tape all over there, leaving a gap between every one of these lines, okay? So once we've got that done, it means that only a little part in between the lines will be exposed so that we can use the next paint. And our next paint is going to be the bottle C of the set, which is the one that gives the real color and the texture as well. And what we're going to get with that is that the lines that they're not covered are going to receive that texture, right? And that is going to make it grow, okay? That layer is going to be 1 or 2 layers more than the one that we have covered, right? So when we actually remove these lines that we have put, we'll have a difference in height between the paint we have applied and the lines that we have put over there. And also what we're going to have with that is once we get the tape off, what's going to be in there is the shade color, because we have applied the bottle C on top of the shade, so we will have a bit more visible the color of the real seat, of the finished color. So that will give us then now a little bit of texture to work with, and we will have then the shadows already applied. Probably before we remove these lines, what we will do as well is we will apply some of the lights as well, but with the airbrush we're going to apply from the top, right? Because we want the light only to sit on the top of the line that we have painted, right? So we put it like that, apply a little bit of light only here, because our seat will only have lights in this part of the seat. And then in here, what we're going to do is we're going to apply the lights from here down there, right? Very carefully. And then we're going to apply some of the lights as well from here to there, because this is going to be in the shadow anyway. So we will apply a little bit and make a little bit of work already, then remove the lines, and we will have already quite a lot of the work done. Once we have done that, we will remove the sides as well, apply with the lights in the place where the lights are going over here, okay? And in that moment, we will leave this part on a side, and we will actually work here. We will apply our shades and light as we normally do, right? And we will probably use one of these wood sticks, okay, to stick this onto it, because the next step we would do is to apply the final coat. And to do that, we want to do it evenly all over, right? We have to have the same color on all the parts of the seats. So we would then, I don't know whether if we would then paint them separately, or maybe at that point I might even put them on the real seat, on the actual seat, and we will apply the last color all over the seat at the same time, so then we get the same shade all over. I don't know, I will show you in the video how we're going to do it. Having said that, we cannot forget the headrest, because the headrest is also going in the same color. So once we've done this, we will do this at the same time as well. Um, Before we actually apply all these colors, and once we've masked all the parts, before we start doing any colors at all, I forgot to tell you as well that we will have to give it a very light thin layer of primer. We're going to use the lightest primer that we have, okay, because we want to have every part of the seed is got to be equal. You know, it's going to be, we have to start from the same color all over, otherwise we will have difference in shades. So first of all, we will apply um, the primer, sorry. Once we've got it evenly and equal, it will be a very light thin layer of primer. Once we got that, then we will start painting and doing our work. I hope you understand what I've been explaining to you. I'm sure you will understand it better once we start painting it. And I hope this is the first time I do this thing, but I think with these paints we have a lot of different possibilities when we want to replicate some of the textures and all that. We can mix colors and all that. So I want to give it a try and see what it looks like, because I've never done it before. So I hope you enjoy, and we'll see you at the end of the video. Right, well, we have here our seat. As you can see, we have put all the lines that they're going to represent this texture that the seat has, the real seats. Well, we have tried to put them as parallel as we can so that it doesn't look strange when we take it off. We have tried to reproduce the spaces between the lines a little bit wider in these places where the seat goes like that, and then a little bit closer in the other places so it looks a little bit like the real one. All we're going to do now is we're going to start with the bottle C of our set, which is the one that has the texture, and we're going to give it a few passes right there in the center of the seat. And what we're going to create with these is that this texture goes in the places where we haven't put the lines, and it's going to build up the layers in those places. So once we finish with that, we probably as well give it a little bit of light color in this direction and this direction. And then once we've done that, we will take all the masking tape away from here. We will only leave the masking tape for the carbon fiber. And then we will have the seat ready to paint as we normally do with the seats. Let's see if this system works and what it looks like when it's finished. Okay, so we have painted a little bit with the red, the bottle C from our Italian red set. And although it looks very nice, I'm just realizing that it's not actually taking enough texture as it should. I think if I leave it like that, as soon as I remove the lines, it's not going to have the height that we need to make it stand up. So what I think I'm going to do now that we still are on time is I'm going to use the Celebrity Red. This is a carpet effect paint, and the texture that comes with this, obviously as it has to imitate the carpet, it's a little bit thicker than the one we have for the Alcántara. The color is very similar, it's quite similar, and because we only need the effect, we only need the texture and the height, I think in this occasion it's going to be better to spray these to get that height, and then after that we will use the Italian red Alcántara just to match up all the colors and everything. So I am going to use this and let's see what happens. Right, so here you can see how we have done our texture. I'm going to put it a little bit closer. Here you can see the lines. Those lines has a little bit of texture. So we have on top of the lines we have a little bit of light there and there. As you can see, we have our light on the sides of the seats as well, and we have our light on the headrest. We've done a little bit as well on the side, because over here is also covered with Alcántara, right? Both sides we have applied the lights where they should be. And what we're going to do now is to take the bottle C from the Alcántara set, and then we're going to spray it all evenly all over the seat. The places where the lights are applied will remain a little bit lighter, and the places where the shadows are will remain a little bit darker, and I think we will get the effect that we were looking for. So yeah, this is looking great. I think it's a nice experiment. I think we have to do experiments as well with the finishing of our models to create new things and new methods, and I think this one is a good result. So I will be using it in my future models. Right, well, let's do the final stage and see how it looks like. Right, well, this is our result. I think looks great. We have that texture of Alcántara, and we can see the lines. Let me just show you. And as you can see, there is darker places and lighter places, and well, I think it's quite good. We have to remove all the masking just to make it finished. So next thing is to remove all the masking and see the final result. Then we have to repeat the same thing with the other seat. Right, well, we have finished painting our seat. We have just give it a little bit of a clean, get out all the mask, and you can see the result is stunning. I really like it. I think it makes a big difference. Looks like the real one. If you actually compare it with this one, which is the one that comes from the kit, you can see the effect that we have achieved, and I think this is stunning. This is really nice. I'm very happy with the effect. Now we have to replicate it on the other one, and then we will install it in our car.